Having recently told the story of the Weinbauer Marconi radio transmitter and its first message to Australia, I thought I'd see if I could find any evidence on the ground. Well, as you can guess, this may not be really what you were after, but I just thought it was worth posting as a little bonus for the Christmas time. So although it's not much, feel free to enjoy it if you're particularly bored. So watching an idiot wandering around. Well, you try and do a noble cause of educating people, giving them some history, and what do you get? An absolute bloody disaster. Now, in theory, that should be the pace. And it should be able to park there. Just a little hint, Graham. If it's not how you think it's supposed to look, it's probably not the right place, you stupid fool. Nah, I don't like that. There's no green lane, so I can't legally take the bike up there anyway. Well, that is roughly where I want to be. So what we're going to do is this. Oops. Turn that off. Right, so let's just go and see what we can see, shall we? I know. For the uninitiated of you, this is typical for many a YouTube creator. The can I get my camera to turn on or not scenario. You will now see me wasting several minutes of my time because I had in fact drained the battery. I didn't realise at the time, but that's the problem. Never mind, I obviously didn't have any extra batteries with me. When I got home I realised I actually had, so I was doubly stupid. But here you go, this is the life of a YouTuber. By that I mean an incompetent YouTuber. Right, let's put this back.
Recording.
Right, so we're going to have a quick wander. I can't do too much because of the low cloud. Yuck! Ugh. Not to mention the small detail of you're in the wrong place, you've lost your camera battery, etc, etc. Pillock. as I understand it, we might see something. Oh. It's quite desolate up here now, isn't it? Ooh. It's also pretty cold. At one stage, the masts for the aerial, is only one aerial, but the masts extended all the way over the mountainside and up and over and headed back down to Llanberis. Phew. At one point, I should mention that actually there became two separate aerials. It's a lot more complicated than I understand, but I believe it went from 1 to 2 as they grew the system. But that excellent book I recommended in my last video will teach you all about it. What I was? God blimey. Hoping to do was trying to get you something you could see. It's not going to work, is it? Never mind. There's always another day. God. Things I do for you. Is it a cairn? Is it a piece of archaeological heritage? Is it just a lump of rock? We'll find out soon. I bet you're really excited now, aren't you? If you're still here. Oh, God. The great explorer, having ascertained it is just a lump of rock, is now struggling to work out where else to go next. Well, this is what it's like to be in Wales at the end of November, halfway up a frigging mountain, trying to find bits of concrete basically and a bit of steel. It's really difficult to get my bearings here actually. Especially if you think you're somewhere else and your whole plan is based on being in that other location. This is why it's silly to go up into the mountains without maps and proper navigational aids. Do not do what I did. Ooh. Right, I can't go much further because of visibility. Plus I've got to be somewhere else. Yuck. I was having to film this using the Cefn attached to my helmet. So I have to say, although it's a bit shaky because there's not very good stabilisation, considering the very misty conditions, it was acquitting itself really well. So a big thumbs up for the Cefn Evo 10C. I'm surprised how well it did it, and yeah, I wasn't happy about safety, bearing in mind my lack of equipment, etc. Phew. It's frustrating because you really can't see much at all. But what I can see looks to be virtually all natural, which is frustrating because the bits that aren't natural will also look similar. Oh dear. I've got to remember to get down from here in a bit. Ooh, that'll be a laugh. Ah dear, let's try and get some bearing. Until now, I've very much been channeling a young lady by the name of Yaz and her friends, the Plastic Population. The only way is up. Good joke that, eh? I bet you're impressed. Oh dear. Now that looks that looks man-made, doesn't it? It's almost cut, and then look, there's people gone across there. It's doing minimum damage and all that. Oh. God. What do I do for you lovely people, eh? Oh. Oh dear. These are all deposited. But there's no apparent rhyme or reason to it. Yeah, I can't see connectors or it is somewhere down there is going to be where the huts were. Nothing to be looking down, I'm afraid. Right, on this note, for safety, I'm going to have to give in. There'll always be another day. The mountain is going nowhere. So always live by that rule. Remember, don't be like I was. Make sure you wear proper footwear and take the right equipment with you. I'm going to withdraw back to the bike. Right, let's go and attempt get back to the bike without dying. could have sworn that was going to be something good. Oh dear. That'll take me higher up to the summit, but as with all good things, I haven't got the time and the weather's not good, and more importantly, I haven't got the equipment. And I haven't got far to get to civilization, but if I broke my leg, there's no point in me having a phone because there'd be no foaming signal up here. Oh dear. May sound daft, but up here where we live, people with relatively minor injuries like fractured ankles or similar can get into quite a lot of bother. So it is important to do what you can do to stay safe and not to push boundaries. I've heard it said that the area around here, Whitford, is known as having the most deaths on the mountainous area in the UK. So yeah, take heed. I think down there is roughly where the houses are. I'm referring to the area by the trees that's in a little black circle just under my glove. I could have been wrong, but that's where I was referring to, just in case you were wondering. But I can't see. Oh dear. And as if by magic, everything appears. If you've braved it this far, thanks very much. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, etc, etc. Just a bit of a outtake video, and watch out for the ending. It's any second now. Oh, for a minute I thought that was only a car. Bit of a cliffhanger here. Is that part of the antenna system? Is it not? Who knows? Well, the answer is...